Hello everybody. So today we are going to solve the problem which is appeared in the weekly contest 427, and the problem is third problem. So the problem statement is we have given an array and we have given an integer k, and we have to effectively find the subarray whose sum is maximum and whose size of the subarray is divisible by k. So let us understand it by given three examples, okay, and then we will think about the approach, how we can actually solve it from brute force to optimal one, so that it will be accepted in the Leetcode. Okay, so both there are three subarrays, 1, 1, 2 and 2, and each subarray is divisible by k. So the maximum one will be 1 plus 2, 1 in the whole array whose sum is 3. So we have to return 3, maximum one. So if we consider the size, this one, so its size is 4 and having sum is 10. We can also consider this subarray, but its sum is lesser than this value, so we have to return maximum value of the subarray. So if k will be 3, k will be 2, okay, if there is k equal to 2, so we can consider any subarray of size 2 or size 4 and many more also, like size of subarray 6, which is not possible here also. So if we consider this subarray 1, 2, 3, minus 3 and 4, its sum is maximum, which is equal to 4. And other than this, if we consider any subarray having sum lesser than 4, so we have to return 4, 1, which is 1, 2, minus 3 and 4 subarray. So brute force will be going through all subarrays and checking each time if it is divisible by k or not. So the time complexity will be n square, which is definitely going to be a TLE. It is not going to be accepted here. So I will discuss the optimal one. So here there is a hint that how we can say that the current size of subarray is divisible by k if we find any subarray which is subtracted from the current current array, the remaining size is divisible by k. So let us understand it by example. Let's suppose my current size is subarray is x, okay, and if I divide it by k, it gives a remainder r, okay. Now if I reduce, means subtract any subarray, if I subtract any subarray having size equal to r, which I have already stored in some memory, okay, in some data structures, so I get the size which is divisible by k, and we need to store a maximum value, so each time I can store the maximum one. This is the hint to these questions, okay. I have to store every subarray of remainder and checking each time that what is the maximum sum of subarray. So let us solve this problem. So I will iterate over the array from the beginning, okay, and each time I will calculate the sum of the subarray, okay. So I need to declare the value of n and also need to declare what sum equal to 0. And now I need to say that if the size of the current subarray is divisible by k, what we can see that this may be our possible answer. So I have to store the maximum sum, okay. So I need to also declare the answer variable as int minimum. Okay, and what is the, if there is not divisible by k, this subarray, so what is the remainder that we are getting from it? So remainder will be r plus 1 and modulo of k. So we have to find any subarray, okay, any subarray having size r, so that I subtract the current subarray and get the size of the current subarray that is divisible by k. So I will check in my previous data structure. Let's suppose I stored in the map that it is storing the size and the sum. Okay, let's suppose this is m, another map, and I will check that if it is available, m dot find r is not equal to m dot end, means this subarray is present having size r. So I can directly say that our answer will be updated, will be answer max of current answer and sum minus of m of r. Okay, I will subtract the subarray from current subarray and getting the size which is divisible by k. Suppose I am not getting it, so I have to store it in the current subarray, means I have to store in the map. So I will store this sum as the variable r. And now if I am getting already present, so I have to also update the size of subarray r to the minimum sum, like I have to calculate the maximum one. So if the subtracting subarray is minimum, then automatically answer will be maximum one. So I have to also update the m of r is equal to minimum of m of r map and the current sum, m of r comma sum. Okay, yeah, so I have to also update the current sum and the sum, and finally I have to return the answer. Let's see what is going to happen. Yeah, so it is giving something -2, it is expecting -10. So I am updating this value as minimum one. If it is found, of subarray sum, and also checking it earlier that it is divisible by k. And so if it is not finding, then I have to store this sum. Okay, so what we can say, that answer sum will be equal to 0 every time I added the sum to it, and checking that is 0, then answer will be maximum of sum. So where I am making the mistake, yeah, it's not r but it will be I. So yeah, it is running properly, and now let us submit this solution and let's see what will happen. So I think we have to declare sum as a long, so let's make it long, and also sum will be long. And now let's see what is going to happen if we use this test case. Yeah, so let's submit it. So it is going to giving a wrong answer. Why? Like I have declared it to the minimum value, but it is definitely long, so I have to define it long mean, long mean. And if I use this test case also and running this solution, let's see what is going to happen. And yeah, it is accepting it, and let us submit it. Yeah, it is successfully accepting the solution. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.